Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 23 of my collection. This is a kind of a combination, since it's both the same character, just different titles and all that. This is episode 23, my collection of Batman and Detective Comics. Since Superman and Spider-Man are more where I collect and where I live and all that. So I divide them up because I have a lot more of them, or I just want to divide them up. But Batman's cool, but he's never been a favorite character of mine, except for Batman Beyond. So here is my collection of Batman and Detective Comics. So I used to have a lot more, but I sold a lot of it because I realized I just didn't really care that much about it. And I had someone in an auction on JB's Saturday pop-up shops, the marathon thing, that was interested in Batman. So I was selling a lot of my Batman stuff. So because there was a buyer there. So here I go. What I didn't sell and what I still have. So I have, from the very beginning here, got my Toys R Us replica, a special replica edition of Batman 121 in a CGC 8.5. This is the first appearance of Mr. Zero, or Mr. Zero, his origin and first appearance, who later would be known as Mr. Freeze. So, yeah, the ice crimes of Mr. Zero. So Mr. Freeze sounds so much better. So Arnold Schwarzenegger did a pretty good job playing him in the movie. So, all right, next up. Got Facsimile of Batman 181. First Poison Ivy, I think? Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not interested in I'm trying to get a lot of old Batman books and things like that, but I'll pick up a $4 reprint. That's why I can have the book, I can have it in it's an exact reprint except for the barcode and the price tag. But this way I can have the book, you know what I mean? That's why I like facsimiles. I got Batman 232. Facsimile, the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul and second appearance of Talia al Ghul. Origin of Batman and Robin retold. So, pretty cool. But I'm not a fan of the green. Just too much green, too much shaded and all that. I'm not a fan of the green. Could be better. Now I have to admit, this is one of my favorite Batman covers. I really like it. It's Batman 251. Again, another facsimile cover. Really, really cool. I like the Joker. Joker's my favorite Batman villain. Especially Heath Ledger as a Joker. That's my Joker. Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face. Just love the Joker. Love him. I was sad when Heath Ledger died. They could have had so many more good Batman movies out of him with the Joker there. Batman 497. Where Bane breaks Batman's back. Not a bad one. Got Batman #1 from the DC Rebirth. I think it's a first appearance of, I don't know, maybe it's not a first appearance of Gotham Man and Gotham Girl. But, interesting. Got this from a Walmart pack when they first started doing it. Alright, these next two I got because I liked the Flash Wars. I got a few Flash books. I was getting into Flash for a little bit. And this was a Batman Flash crossover right after the Flash Wars, and Wally West's family disappeared as a result of the Flash Wars. I believe so. It's Batman number 64, part 1 of The Price of Justice. So I had to make sure I got the Batman books and the Flash books because I wanted to know this storyline. So that's part 1. And Batman number 65, which is part 3 of The Price. And the other two, part 2 and part 4, were with the Flash books. So, alright. Next up here is Batman number 89. This is the second print. This is the second print. First cameo appearance of Punchline. First cameo appearance of the designer. So, well, obviously, like I said, because I'm not into Batman, I missed out on the first prints like that. But I got a $5 or $4 second print, and I think I like this one more. I think the red just works really well with Batman. So, really cool. So, and because I wasn't sure exactly where to throw this one into it, it's right here at the end of my Batman books. This is the Batman Adventures number 12. You know, the first Harley Quinn. This is the Dollar Comics, you know, the true believers of DC. So, $1 and I can get the first Harley Quinn. And I'm glad I got the dollar book and not trying to get the first real appearance if I really cared. Because I saw the artwork inside and it just sucks in my opinion. The artwork inside here just absolutely sucks. It's the bad kind of cartoon kind of thing. I hated it. I would not spend the money. I would not spend the money knowing what was inside on a real, original print. I just wouldn't do it. That's just my opinion. So, I mean, if you guys like Harley Quinn, you guys like Batman, you like that book, awesome. I'm glad you guys have it. So, but for me, I can't justify spending the money on that artwork because I hated it. All right, next up we have Detective Comics. So, first up, we have one of the books that helped me win the at-home edition of Comigories. You know, it was a partner's cover. It is Detective Comics number 38, Toys R Us replica edition. And Detective Comics number 38, origin and first appearance of Robin. So these are really cool. This came back in the CGC 8.0. So, like I said, I'm a book that came out in 1940. Well, originally. So before World War I. But like I said, I would never own the original because it'd be too damn expensive for me. I'd rather spend that money on Amazing Spider-Man. But it's cool to have. And I'll keep it because I liked it. Batman and Robin is cool. Not as cool as Batman Beyond, but anyway. Next up is Detective Comics 359 Toys R Us Special Replica Edition. This is the first appearance of Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, the modern Batgirl. This is a CGC 9.2. So I almost bought this back when the Facsimile came out, and all that, but I decided against it because I already have it in a Toys R Us replica edition, and I just didn't feel at the time I needed to spend $4, and I still go back and forth. It's only $4, or it's only $4. Spend it, or why spend it? It's $4. You can say that for another book. But it's really cool. I got all 3 of these Toys R Us special replica books. I believe they were probably in the three for $10 bin at Cosmic Comics and Collectibles. It's a small comic shop in Pueblo, Colorado, about 2.5 hours from where I live. It's one of the places I like to go to. They have a lot of ASM, a lot of ASM books that are in their 3 for $10 bins and all that. They have dollar bins there and 50 cents, and dollar bins are 50 cents on the first Saturday of every month. And they have a lot of good books in the higher quality. But so I definitely like going to Cosmic Comics to get a lot of my ASM stuff too. So, but all of those 3 Toys R Us books came from that shop, and I send them to be graded because I like them. All right, next up, this is my first Batman book that I bought, I believe. If I remember correctly, this is my very first Batman book. Just Detective Comics 50-year anniversary of Detective Comics. It is Detective Comics 572. It has Batman, with the Batman with Sherlock Holmes, the other greatest detective in the world. So, and one of my favorite things about this book, right there in the background, is like a framed painting of Detective Comics number 27, Batman's first appearance way back in 1937. No, 39. 1939. So, it's cool. I like it a lot. It's not a bad shaped book too. And in fact, I bought it for $5 because I have a sticker back there still. And it's not bad shape. I mean, I'd probably get about 6 out of it. Looking at the spine here. You know, but it's one of the Batman books I wouldn't get rid of because I like the Sherlock Holmes Batman aspect. I like Detective Comics 27 because this is the only Detective Comics 27 I'll probably ever have in my collection, unless they make a facsimile, which I kind of hope they do because I want to have his first, you know. So if anyone knows a reprint of Detective Comics 27, let me know. I'd like to have a cheap copy of that. So, all right, next up. We jump all the way from 572 up, up pretty much 400 issues to Detective Comics 976. This is one of those I just liked the cover and I couldn't get rid of it when I was picking up a bunch of it. I like the Batman scowling and Robin saying, "I trust you, Batman, never again." You know, Batcave aspect, so I just didn't get rid of that one, so. And likewise, when I was going through my Detective Comics, because I was originally collecting the run up to 1,000 of Detective Comics, and I got rid of all but one. It was this one that I had to get. This one, my local comic store didn't get it in. They only got the A cover, or they got the B cover, but they sold out before I could get there. And I bought this book when I was up in Denver, and I stopped by Mile High Comics. This is Detective Comics 994 B cover, and the reason why I won't get rid of this one, it's one of the most famous, you know, superhero origin moments ever. You know, between this and Uncle Ben dying, but I love the artwork. I love this, the blood, the Batman, and the reflection of young Bruce Wayne. Martha's pearls, as you can see there. So I wouldn't get rid of this one. So if I got rid of all my books, if I probably got rid of all my Batman books and all that, I'd probably be left with these two in my collection. You know, I probably wouldn't get rid of those two, just because. But anyway, so I love this book. I love this cover. So, all right, then we jump from 994 up to Detective Comics 1000. I wanted this book here. I wanted this, you know, I think this is a Jim Lee cover. Yeah, Jim Lee wraparound cover of the 1000. Super, super awesome. You know, I would show you the back, but I have my label on the back for, you know, first cameo appearance of Arkham Knight in DC Continuity, you know, and just, all that, so I just went just get in the way, but super, super cool. And like I said, Joker on the cover. And then I got one more Detective Comics 1000 because I couldn't pass up a Joker cover, a sick Joker cover that I like. Here's Detective Comics, the 1940s variant cover by Bruce Timm. So I like that. That's a sick. I mean, this is the Joker. It reminds me so much of the Joker from the Batman animated TV series. You know, that played, you know, played by Mark Hamill. You know, Luke Skywalker plays the Joker. It's just fun to think about. But I love the Joker. He's my favorite Batman villain. Like, my favorite Spider-Man villain is either Green Goblin or Red Goblin. I can't decide which is. It's one of those two goblins, both played by Norman Osborn. Funny enough. All right, and the last book to show you. Like I said, I didn't buy any after 1000, just because I almost bought 1001. You know, because that breaking issue or whatever, or the Arkham Knight. I wanted to know a little bit more about him, but I passed up on that. I just didn't want to spend them. I just decided not to do it. But I could not pass up the other milestone of Detective Comics 1027, the 1000th issue of Batman, since he came out in 1937 or 39. Yeah, 1939 when it came out. So this is a huge 144-page book. Again, this is, I believe, the Jim. I don't know. I forget. I'm not sure who did this cover, but it's the regular it's the wraparound cover that I liked. And then this way, if I ever submitted this off to CGC, if I ever submitted this book off to CGC, I wanted the wraparound cover, I guess, just because it was cool. And that is just cool. Again, there's the origin story. His two biggest supporters. It's really, really cool. So that is my Detective Comics Batman comic books. I don't have, like I said, I'll put that in a little bit later. But yeah, so like I said, not much on Batman, but it's pretty cool. I do have it. Being Batman is awesome. It is awesome. You know, he keeps up with these superpower beings with nothing but his mind. I mean, seriously, between Batman and Spider-Man are your ultimate people you can kind of relate to, I think, you know, because Batman is a human doing what he can, using his brains, his skills, everything he's learned to fight and do good. You know, Spider-Man has his moral code, and something always happens to him, something you can relate to. Just between Spider-Man and Batman, you got people you can really relate to and understand. So, I mean, I guess that's why those two are like two of the most popular characters ever invented. So, thank you for watching my collection of Batman and Detective Comics. Stay tuned next week for the next video. So, till then, stay safe out there, and as always, happy collecting. Till next time, Mr. Comics signing out. Talk to you later.